maybe it's time. Maybe it's time for a brand new pair of eyes in the dugout. Maybe it might be time to get something fresh in the dugout. But then again, it's that situation again. It's not exactly going to get any better with this with a new pair of eyes in the dugout. It might not get any better, but can it get any worse than this? Can it get any worse than this? Two shots all game. None of them on target. And the first shot we had, there was 10 or 15 minutes to go in the match. We didn't have a shot on target. We didn't even have a shot until there was 10 or 15 minutes to go. We can't... The second goal, yes, there was controversy. Yes, the referee should have done better with that. Yes, maybe he shouldn't have called it if you were unsure. I get that. But I'm not using that as an excuse to why we lost today. We lost because we weren't good enough. Burton Albion could have put 4, 5, 6 past us today if it wasn't for a combination of Dahlberg and a bit of luck. Dahlberg and a bit of luck was why it wasn't 6. And the funny thing is, we lose 2-0, bang on, I get my prediction right this week. And it's a loss. I predict a loss, I get it right. What more do you want me to say? When it comes to player ratings, I normally rate them individually, but today I'm giving every single player 2 out of 10. And the 2 is just for turning up. The 2 is just for having the balls to turn up with your head held high and play for the badge, or at least try to play for the badge after this season so far. The 2 rating is just for turning up. But they don't get any higher than that. Because you can turn up to as many games as you like in a Rovers shirt. You still have to play for the badge, and you didn't. You didn't. As a team, we were shocking. Absolutely shocking. Burton had more fight, more passion, more bottle. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're running round like headless chickens in a poultry farm. Where's my head? Where's my head? We're the Headless Horseman. Headless Horseman FC. Things need to change. Football is a results business. Charlton Athletic, on a very bad run of form. What happens to Nigel Atkins, one of the most experienced heads in the Football League? He gets sacked. Johnny Jackson comes in. Yes, they lost today against Shrewsbury, but he comes in and he bounces them back big time. Fleetwood, bad run of form, in the bottom 4, sacks their manager, Simon Grayson, another experienced head in the Football League. And it looks like they've gained at least a point today. I think they were playing Cambridge today. I think it ended 2-2. But they sacked the manager and they've got their first point without Simon Grayson. I'm still, you know, Crewe Alexandra fans, tell me why you haven't sacked your manager yet, but I'm guessing it's a project thing. You know, there's something with that team. There's something with Crewe Alexandra. They have youth academy players. They bring them into the first team. They sell them on for high value. And they build again. That's why they keep bouncing between League 1 and 2, in my opinion, Crewe Alexandra. Because they're selling their academy players on for high value and starting again. And building a new team. What are we doing? What are we doing? When we bring players through the academy, we sell them for nothing. Max Waters, prime example. Release him, don't even give him a chance under Darren Moore. Goes to Crawley, smashes it in 6 months, goes to the Cardiff, goes out on loan to MK Dons. And he's smashing it there. They've won 4-0 today. Absolutely smashing it. What else do? We sell our best players. But unfortunately, because of the stability of the club, We don't put the money into the playing budget. And apparently we're still getting some money from either Marquise or Whiteman. I can't remember which one, but apparently we're still getting some payments from that deal. We have not had, and this is a big statement I'm about to make, we have not had an out-and-out 20-plus goal scorer since John Marquise left 2 years ago. 2 years ago. What have we had since Marquise left? Rakesh Bingham. Kwame Thomas, who's selling Christmas trees now. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And even I'm now starting to sit there and think and look at the situation we're in. We need experience. I'm not even going to bother saying Wellens out, because we all know he's not going anywhere. We all know he's going nowhere. He's not going to leave this club. He's not going to be sacked. He's not going to walk away. So we know Wellens is here at least through the January window. There's no point saying Wellens out because we know he's going to stay. We know there will not be an announcement this week. I'll be shocked if there's an announcement this weekend or this next week saying Richie Wellens has walked away or Richie Wellens has been sacked. I'll be very surprised if you get that announcement, because I'm not expecting it, and a lot of fans who are Wellens out aren't even expecting it, because they want to keep Wellens, they want to build something. When they said there could be short-term pain for long-term goals, the pain hurts. If this is the short-term pain, it bloody well hurts. Like I said, Burton had more fight, more passion. They had everything we didn't have. The positive were Close and Hawula coming back, but Close comes off in the start of the second half for Asani. I can't even explain anymore. The Fajiri Okunabira situation. What the bloody hell happened with that? What happened? Because first he was coming back, then in pre-season he was out, then it's another setback, and another setback, and another setback, and another setback. And he's out for another 4 months. He's probably going to get maximum 10 games left of the season to go. What have we done with Okunabiri? What have we done? What have we done? What's going on at this club right now? I'm generally interested. Baldwin, Blunt, Bramall, look in my eyes. Message me, tell me, ask me, what is going on at Doncaster Rovers Football Club? Explain everything. Explain why we haven't got rid of the manager after this torrid run of form. Tell me why we haven't brought in the right transfers. Tell me what's going to happen. What is our aim? And do not lie to me. Do not lie to them. The best thing you can do is tell the truth. If you still want to be here, tell us. If you want to sell the club, tell us. If you want to, build something for the community of Doncaster, tell us. David Blunt, yes, he's a silent chairman, but David, I'm begging you. What is your aim as a chairman for this football club? Tell us, and then the Baldwin Out Brigade can shut up and just say, okay, you've come out and told us what you want, you're providing the evidence, let's just sit through the pain and let's get to the glory days in a few years' time. Because into the empty net is saying Wellens out. Enough is enough, Wellens needs to go. Even they are saying it. Many other fans that have been Wellens in are now Wellens out. And it comes back to that point. Yes, whoever takes over will not get any better than we've got now out of this squad. But on the other hand, and I'm a huge fan of Richie Wellens. I want him to do well. I really, really do. But it comes to this point. If you brought in a fresh new manager before the window and you give him exactly what he wants to carry on Wellens' foundations, could it get any worse? Could it actually get any worse? And I'm not going to say whether I agree with that or not. It's just a discussion point. But again, on evidence today, what's the one position we're missing? Goal scoring. Another position, a defensive midfielder, to hold the ball up, play it around in front of the back line. Make the plays, recycle it. Someone like a Bostock, but he's someone even better than Bostock maybe. And a goal scorer, the first goal scorer since Marquise left 2 years ago. Like I said, we've not had a decent 20-plus goal scorer since Marquise left. Kwame Toller selling Christmas trees. Rakeish Bingham, I don't know where he's at. Niall Ennis, injured at Plymouth. Other ones on loan. Thiago Chaker, what's he done since he's been here? Thiago's a good guy, but what's he done since he's been here? Joe Dudu came in a couple of days after deadline day finished for free because we panicked. We screwed up the Will Grigg deal. Sunderland screwed up Aidan O'Brien. And Joe Dudu came in because we were panicking. Rodrigo Vilca on deadline day and Joe Dudu after the window shut was panic because we realised we made a mistake and angered the fans. I'm no doubting Joe Dudu's a good footballer, but what is his level, in my opinion? What is his level? I want him to do well. The thing is, it's not the quality of Joe Dudu, it's does he fit in the system or do we just sign anyone because we had to? Because it was a panic and because the fans were angry about the deadline day shambles. It's not against Joe Dudu. I'm sure he's a great guy. He's a wonderful footballer, I'm sure. Showed it a few times in his career in a few years. But does he fit the system or was he just a panic buy? We're sort of looking at it now thinking, does he really fit the system we're playing? Or is it the formation? Is it the tactics? Does it boil down to Richie Wellens? There's millions of factors leading into why we are sleepwalking into League Two again for the second time in 5 years. And again, I referenced this point from last week. John Ryan saved this club and he gave us attacking football. And we went from the conference to the championship in 5 years of time. Conference to championship in 5 or 6 years. That doesn't just happen overnight. That takes planning, it takes ambition, and it takes investment. When Baldwin and Blunt became the owners of this club, it was 2013. It was around 2013. We were in the championship. We just got rid of Brian Flynn as manager after he took us to the championship, took us back there. And then what do? We bring in Paul Dickov, we play rubbish defensive football, and we don't show what we're capable of. And from 2013 onwards, in the space of 8 years, we go to League Two, possibly now twice, in the space of 5 years, let alone 8. And we've been in the playoffs once. Once. In 8 years. Compared to Championship and higher League One football in the last decade. Sorry, but Baldwin and Blunt, I'm sure, are lovely, wonderful guys. I've spoken to Gavin many times. He's a brilliant guy, a nice guy. He cares about Doncaster. I know he does. But it's now got to a point where I have to question the club's decisions. You know, and people have said to me in the past, oh, you're a mouthpiece for the football club. This is me telling you what I really think. I'm not a mouthpiece for the football club. I'm not paid by them. I'm a mouthpiece of my own opinions. And my opinion is, questions now have to be asked. As if questions needed to have not been asked months ago. The downward spiral started, Grant McCann. Grant McCann era, when he left and we had just a few players in the squad and Darren Moore had to completely rebuild this squad, that's when the downward spiral started. We couldn't finish that null and void season. Then we collapsed when he left for Sheffield Wednesday. Butler came in, didn't do well as a manager, but the players were mainly at fault on that era. And then we bring in Richie Wellens, another former player, a League Two manager that could thrive in a long-term environment. The recruitment, when we look back on it now, is questionable. And now we're second from bottom. I said this to fans, I think it was before the Lincoln game. outside the stadium like a few hours before the game started. It doesn't just happen. You know, Leyton Orient's demise over the space of a few years from the League One playoffs to relegation to the conference in the space of a few years. You can explain that. It was the ownership. It was the ownership at that club. It was Francesco Pacchetti, the circus that came to town and got kicked out of town straight away. But how can you explain second in League One to second bottom in League One in the space of 12 months? You can't explain that. There's multiple different factors which you can't explain for. It's getting embarrassing. It really is getting embarrassing now. People are crying out for the manager to go. People are crying out for club members to go. And I can't sit here and say they're wrong. It's their opinion. They're entitled to it. If they think people need to go ahead and say it. I don't disagree with you. Heads should roll over this. I'm not one of these fans that's going to come out and say Wellens out, Baldwin out, Blunt out. I'll leave that to other people. But I'm not going to sit here and completely just rub out their opinions, because that's just dictatorship. That's North Korea type stuff. You don't completely rub out people's opinions. That's North Korea. We're not North Korea. We're the United Kingdom. They have their opinions, I have mine. I don't say Wellens out, Baldwin out, Blunt out. If they do, they're entitled to, because to be honest with you, like I said, I do not disagree with anything they say. It's their opinion, they're entitled to it. So any of you out there that think I'm Wellens in or Wellens out, I'm not. I'm a time for change person. And I'm not sending this to specific members, actually. I'm not sending this specifically for Wellens to go, or Baldwin to go, or Blunt to go, or anyone. I'm a time for change, but I don't signal it to specific people. People take my time for change manner, if you will. I'm a time for change person. If you think that's me saying Wellens needs to go, that's your opinion. If you think that's me saying Baldwin and Blunt out, that's your opinion. I'm a time for change person without signalling specific members of the club. Because that was embarrassing today. Absolutely embarrassing. And I'm not sticking up for it anymore. Absolutely no chance. We've got to survive. We can't go down to League Two, otherwise we're finished. It doesn't matter whether you're Wellens in or Wellens out, or Baldwin in or Baldwin out, or Blunt in or Blunt out. If we go down to League Two, many fans have said we'll be finished. Some fans have even said to me, in 3 years, we'll look at conference football. This club won't survive in the Vanarama National League. We're not that club. We're not National League. But on the playing surface, if you think we're too good to go down to that level, look at the squad now. We could be. It's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. I really can't say any more than that. Like I said, player ratings, I've given everyone a 2 just for turning up. But if you don't play for the badge as well, then you don't deserve anything more than a 2. The 2 is just for players turning up to the game. That's it. If it was a 6-0 defeat or a 5-0, I'd have given them 0s because there's no point in turning up. That's me being brutally honest. I can't explain it right now. I really, really can't. I just can't explain it. But what else do we do? We've got too many players injured. I want to see what Wellens blames today. I'd love to hear his excuses today. Because you know that second goal will be one of them. You just know the officiating will be one of them. Time to bring out the scorecard on excuse bingo and tick bad officiating off the tick list. That will be the excuse today. I bet you 20 quid that'll be at least one of the excuses today. I bet you 20 quid. Because I'm listening to it now and it's like, just stop looking for a way out. We weren't good enough. Simple as that. I've had enough now. I've really, really had enough. Like I said, I'm a time for change person. You take that what you will. But thank you very much, guys, for watching this review. Make sure you do like, comment, subscribe. And for now, I'm Aaron Chandler from Forever Football, DRFC. Keep living the Rovers life, and that, my friends, full time. Rovers till I die. Thank you very much. Another defeat on the road, and it's not getting any better.